Morning, Tuesday, the 12th of May, 2026. I keep looking at this date and I'm like, I know someone's birthday that is today. Does that happen to you as well, where you're like, there's something about these days, but oh well. You're tuned to Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. My name is Fumi Bambala, and I'm your host this morning on the Daily News Review program today. Unfortunately, our analyst wouldn't be available at AMA today because he's writing his master's exams. And if you've been following us, you know that I typically ask him every Tuesday, how far. So he had to say, oh, he has an exam this morning. So we're wishing him all the best in his exam, because anybody who's written an exam before knows that exams are not interesting. How much more when you are, you're doing adult education. Basically, it's a different ball game entirely. So we wish him all the best in his exam this morning, and we hope to see him next Tuesday for another edition. So this morning, we're going to be doing this together. We're not strangers to doing this together. So you want to call to contribute to this conversation on 7,917,917 or 09155, beg your pardon, 07000917917 or 0800-1235-917. Those are the numbers to call this morning to, weigh in on the conversation, because we're doing this together. Since we're doing it together, you already know that you have to be respectful, you have to be peaceful. We're not fighting here. We're just having conversations this morning. Okay, we are live on YouTube at WFM917.com, and you can listen to us while you're on the move via our website, www.wfm917.com, to listen in or to look at our faces if that's what you want to do this morning. All right, now that all the housekeeping, you can send your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, or voice notes. Remember that we started voice notes last week or 2 weeks ago. 08155-917-917 or 0703-1756-537. Those are the numbers to send your text messages to. All right, let's get into it this morning. Every day, something new, something fresh is happening, in politics. All eyes are really on 2027. If we're going to be honest, all eyes are there. But regardless, we shall, we will do what we got to do, and then we'll keep it moving. Okay, starting off with the Punch newspaper this morning. When I saw this headline, I was like, what's going on already? Is it not too early for this? But starting off with the Punch newspaper, 2027 presidency, Atiku's Northern Ticket campaign faces resistance. I wanted to see, okay, what's up with this? Like, what do you mean? And I kept on reading that the cracks within it. And so this is in the ADC, right? Because Atiku is in the ADC, and quite a few people have come out to say that I've come out to oppose Atiku Abubakar's point of view. He says that no Southern candidate can defeat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the next election. So parties including the APGA, Labour Party, Youth Progressive Party, SDP, NMPP, NDC, as well as the Kwankwasia and Obedient movements have disagreed with him over his stand. They said that the presidency should remain in the South in the interest of fairness, national cohesion, and political stability. I think I was seeing another article this morning that was saying that Yaradwa's death is what has caused confusion to the zoning thing. The jury is still out, the jury being me, on whether or not this zoning thing is a step in the right direction. I don't know, because for me, I'm just like, that's how I've been. I think I align with Emmanuel when he says that it's not about zoning, but it's about competency. Unfortunately, we've had, the northern region or the northern zone be in government more than maybe the southern region or whatever else, and so that's what they're vying for. So my question is it supposed to be zoning, or is it supposed to be who is competent, right, for who's competent for that position? I don't think we should leave it, because what if you say it is the southern regions time to go, and then there's nobody competent there? Are we now going to sacrifice the progress of the nation on the altar of someone who's not fit for the position? And that's why I say I think let's look for someone who's competent. If he comes from a particular place, no wala. But I also do understand why people say, how come all the competent people will not be from the north or wherever? That's also a valid point. So unfortunately, where we are right now, waiting we go do, right? Waiting we go do. And Atiku's camp, their main argument is that how can a southern opposition unseat a southern president? But while this question is legit, how does it not, like, we've been seeing the north back to back unseating each other? So that is that argument really tenable? Is it a valid argument? I'm not taking away anything from the argument, but so he's saying that no incumbent president has ever been defeated by an opposition challenger from the same geopolitical bloc. To insist otherwise is to enter the contest already defeated. And I'm supposing that the reason why Atiku is saying this is because he's vying to go in, as he's hoping that he would be the one finally in that will get the seats. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just be seeing and be looking. All the drama, we're just looking at it. Now, this one is very, very interesting as well, from Punch newspaper. Coup plotters reached out for spiritual cover, says cleric. When we know the alleged coup plot that happened toward the end of last year, try to unseat the current president of the country, the sitting president of the country. It was so funny. When I saw this, it was so funny because I said, at the end of the day, every one of us, we all need prayer. We all need we all need prayer. We all need somebody to be praying for us. Because what do you mean you are vying for, you want to do coup plots and you are seeking spiritual cover? What do you mean? What do you actually mean? I thought this was really, really hilarious. And if you really look at it, there's nobody that does it. We've heard of armed robbers that were going to go and rob somewhere and they prayed. It's just really, I don't know. If armed robbers go to rob a person or a family and they're successful, would you now say that their prayer was successful? That's food for thought for you. Moving on to the Guardian newspaper, we have defectors face dual party registration sanctions. They await INEC's verdict. Still on the Guardian newspaper, Uniben student shot dead. My God. Police arrest 12 suspected cultists in Edo. Would I say cultism is has entered the fabric of society, has entered the fabric of even the university culture, that it's now become a norm. Many young people have lost their lives due to cultist rivalries and stuff. I remember a book I read years back. The writer went to Banjo University when it was still, that's Ogun State University, right? And there was a particular, situation that happened then, and many students died because of that rivalry. So we have many students who have died due to cultism, due to fights, tension, and we're just looking, this is not how society can move on. This is not how society can move forward, okay? Moving on to this day newspaper, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of this student, because imagine that your child, you went to primary school, secondary school, university, we don't know what level this student was in, and you're just hoping and praying that he comes out in one piece. Maybe he's going to be the savior of the family, and boom, his life is cut short. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the students. Moving on to the This Day newspaper, we have NDLEA arrests 3 persons living with disabilities for drug trafficking, uncovers 5.8 billion naira cannabis haul in Lekki. I find that a lot of people use people that you typically wouldn't suspect: women, disabled people, children, the elderly, to carry out vicious plans, to carry out sinister plans. I find it really, really disheartening, because why would you take advantage of the vulnerabilities of these people, regardless of whether they said yes or not? Because nobody's just going to willingly say yes, I want to commit crime, unless you sold them a good game, or maybe you threatened their life, or did something to make them say yes to you, to help you perpetuate the evil that you have in you. So why target people living with disabilities? Why target the vulnerable? I'm annoyed. And NSCDC cracks down on railway vandals, recovers stolen sleepers in Bauchi. One of the reasons why Nigeria cannot move forward is because of corruption and crime. Because what do you mean you are vandalizing railway? Our transportation system in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. We're barely surviving with the buses on the road. There are too many cars on the road. Finally, we have railway, right? Again, and you're vandalizing the railways for what? What do you want to use those materials with? Fresh showdown, says 2025 agreement breached. We just keep seeing this every now and again. Shebi, last week we were talking about what was it? Last week we were talking academic staff and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities as well, coming out to say that they're going on strike, and then now this is what is happening. Okay, let's get into it. Members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities asked on Monday, threatening the showdown with the federal government over what it described as flawed and partial implementation of the December 2025 agreement reached. Shebi, we all were here when this agreement was brought up, right? It also listed issues of the withheld, are we still withholding salaries? Withheld 3.5 month salaries, promotion arrears, shortfalls in salaries arising from the use of IPPIS platform, unremitted third-party deductions, and arrears of 25 to 35% wage award are some of the lingering issues causing uproar. It reached to just sigh, because what's going on? What's going on? The NNASU and SSANU are just coming out of their strike. I think they've come to an agreement of some sort, while hearing that ASU wants to go on strike. Yesterday we're talking about the welfare of lecturers. We're talking about whether the lecturers we have. Emmanuel, our analyst, had asked a salient question. He said the lecturers that we currently have in universities, are they employable in even offices? We're not talking in universities, in offices. Can you employ them? If you cannot employ them, how can you employ the students who are coming out of them? One of the reasons why they cannot be employable is because their welfare is at risk. Every other day there is the welfare of the lecturers is beyond money. We're talking trainings, we're talking regular trainings, take them on conferences, seminars, and then we're talking money as well. But if they feel like their welfare is not, what am I even saying? Pay them their money. There's no reason why anybody, any worker should be owed money. There's no reason why. Sometimes when somebody tells me, oh, I've not been paid for 2 months, I genuinely, I am confused. Because what do you mean you've not been paid for 2 months? What does that actually mean? That you've not been paid for 2 months? How are you supposed to survive? And then these offices, these organizations are still expecting you to come to the office. They're still expecting you to do what you're supposed to do, regardless of the fact that you're not getting paid. There was a conversation I started 2 weeks ago. I typically hear people say, "Oh, when you get paid your salary, you should say thank you." Until today, I'm still trying to understand why there should be a thank you for being paid a salary. And I remember asking somebody, I said, the person was like, "Oh, yeah, it's fine to say thank you." And I asked the person, I said, if you're saying that I should say thank you, the question now would be, do you say thank you to me for the work I have done? Because at the end of the day, we both need each other. You need me to work. I need you. So I'm going to work and I need you to pay my salary. I don't think that anybody owes anybody a thank you. If you that you are there, that you're working is thank you enough, right? That you're paying my salary is thank you, like whichever way for me. And I'm linking that to this conversation, because how can you be owing salary for 3.5 months? This is tantamount to wickedness. There's no other way to say this in a way that would be nice. It's tantamount to wickedness. That's just what it is. Because so how have they been surviving? And these people have children, they have family members, they have wives, they have husbands. How do you want them to contribute to the household, knowing fully well that minimum wage is even 70,000 naira? So imagine that your spouse is earning 70,000 naira, and you say you are earning 70,000 naira, or maybe a little over, maybe 100K. How you have 5 children? How on earth are you expecting these people to take care of their family members? Moving on to the Daily Trust still, 11 died in Ogun Road crash. Oh dear. I thought some prayers are with the families of these victims, of the departed. In the Vanguard newspaper, we have panic in Makodi as 10 killed in suspected cult war. We just finished talking about cult in Edo State, right? SSANU and NASU resume negotiation with federal government. No, you are hearing right. The one we just read now was ASU, which is the academic staff of Union of Universities. This is non-academic staff and senior staff, right? They are resuming their negotiation because schools have been on strike. Tough as well. Moving on to the Premium Times, we have 2027. Will NDC emerge as Nigeria's political third force? Will NDC emerge as Nigeria's political third force? I mean, nobody saw the emergence of, or maybe some people saw the emergence of it. Maybe some people didn't see the emergence of the NDC, but we are here. We are here, we're looking at it. So the question really is, are they now the third force? So we have APC, right? We have PDP. Well, do we still have PDP? Okay, let's be serious. We have PDP, we have the ADC, but right now there's so much friction and tension in ADC, we don't know. And then now we have the NDC, because when the NDC came up, it was that, okay, from where? And the first thing that we had seen was that the NDC was courting Obi and Konko. So we had seen it, and then they came back to say, it's not also. But like with everything in Nigeria, like I typically say, the moment you see the hand, the finger of something, know that you're going to see the full hand soon. So when I see rumors in politics, in governance, when I see it and they come to deny it, I tell myself, give it a day or two, or you will see what is really, really going on. That's what it is. So the ADC had overshadowed the PDP, right? Because PDP currently is embroiled in leadership crisis. PDP currently, they've not been able to stay united. right? And some of the defectors from PDP were former Vice President Atiku, the ADC. Even former APC chairman John Odige, former Minister of Transportation Amechi, moved from the APC to the ADC, right? Then we have Nasir El-Rufai, who's currently in EFCC custody. We have senators like Ireti Kingbe. We have Enhinaya Abaribe from Abia State. All those left their parties to go into the ADC. In fact, Peter Obi, who former Anambra State governor, and Kwankwaso, his guy, his counterpart, also left, joined from Labour Party. That's Peter Obi from Labour Party to the ADC, and then Kwankwaso from the NNPP to the ADC. Now, initially, LP, that's Labour Party, was regarded as the third force. That was in 2023 because of the obedient movement, especially when Peter Obi had joined. But the LP right now has reduced. It has shrunk in size. It has shrunk in membership, right? Because again, like the PDP, they are also having a leadership crisis. So now we have two factions of the Labour Party, the same way we have two factions of the PDP. Alma times 1 million. So in the last few days, we've seen major political heavyweights who have joined the NDC. They've left their parties to join. Now, NDC is not, when I say new player, it's not a new player as per it just started. No, it has always been one of Nigeria's political parties. But how do they now have breakthrough? Same with ADC, same with, like in the case of LP, their breakthrough came when Peter Obi and Rabiu Kwankwaso left their parties, left ADC. So they both had left the Labour Party and NNPC and moved to the NDC. And of course, shortly after, some House of Rep members moved as well to the NDC. Some senators moved as well to the NDC. One of the things that Emmanuel said last week was, it's not that people are moving like headless chickens, is that the Kwankwasia movement and the Obedient movement are strong movements that they believe in the persons of Peter Obi and Kwankwasia, not exactly in the party. So it's like, is this where our person is going? Oh yeah, move. That's all. And what's interesting is that the man behind the scenes of behind the scenes of NDC, the guy behind it really is Seriake Dixon, who used to be a governor of Bayelsa State, but he's also a senator representing Bayelsa State. Yesterday, Emmanuel was saying that they should call the Senate House of Governors, because be like, say, everybody, once you just come off for governorship, your next point of call is the Senate. So Dixon serves as the NDC's national leader. Again, everybody, they come up for their party. He moved from the PDP to the NDC. So all these things are just very, very interesting, because we have political ambition, we have drama in parties, you have dissatisfaction with, remember, there was going to be a coalition and they were going to field just one candidate. So we see all these things happening, right? Just a very, very interesting, again, like we say all the time on this program, every time you see what's going on with politics, just know that all these movements are because 2027 day around the corner. We're in the 5th month of the year, so we have about 7 months to go, and by January next year, all eyes are currently on 2027, right? It's not even a matter of now. All eyes are currently on 2027, but by maybe November, December, you find that the eyes on 2027. So, and then NDC looks like it is coming out as the third force when it comes to with regards the 2027 election. And what is worthy of note is the speed at which it is attracting powerful figures and position itself as a serious alternative to the APC and the PDP. I don't even think that the PDP is an alternative right now because of their issues. Same way that the NDC, you can't say that they are the ADC, beg your pardon, that they are an opposition, because can you guys sort out the tensions in your team? And that's why I keep on saying that I'm not convinced, because if truly, truly, truly Nigeria and Nigerians are on your mind, are what is moving you to say, I want to go for presidency, governorship, whatever, I want to do better for the country, there shouldn't be tension, there shouldn't be dissension within these parties. There shouldn't be. Everybody should leave their egos aside and say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we'll come together to do this. Like, if the opposition cannot be united, waiting can remain now. Nothing. Waiting can remain nothing. Anyway, moving on to another headline in the Premium Times, we have Lassa fever death toll hits 190 as fatality rate rises, says NCDC. My. It is well. Okay, moving on to the next headline, we have in the Nation newspaper, police secure for future order over alleged 8.6 billion naira fraud. Where when they see this money? Every now and again, I have people tell me that, look, there's money in Nigeria, there's money in Nigeria. Where when they see this money now? 8.6 billion naira fraud. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. So the police is seeking for future order, right? Where is this money gonna go? Because now social borrow we elect the borrow for this country. So where's the money going? Makinde appoints special advisor on security. Those are the headlines from the Nation online. In the cable, we have Ekiti-born candidate emerges highest scorer in 2026 UTME with 372 points. Yes. Congratulations to this person, this candidate, and to their family. Kwankwaso, I'll be happy to serve as Obi's running mates. So from what he's saying here, he doesn't mind Obi to be the president and he will be his running mate. Is that what he's saying? I read an article as well this morning where he was saying that his daughter had asked him to work with Peter Obi during the 2023 elections. He said his daughter said that his daughter is not an obedient to, but he was basically highlighting the need for politicians, elder statesmen to pay attention to what the young people are saying. Again, like I started this morning, it's not so much about, oh, I'm supporting this party. It's really about, okay, who do I think is competent enough to lead me regardless of the party that they're in? And she said, but she told him, he was like, he said we have to pay attention to what is loosely termed noise on social media, because it's not really noise. That's where you can really feel the pulse of Nigerians. Online, you go into the streets, you feel the pulse as well. But again, why don't I not really get us for minds? In the Daily Post, we have ex-Jigawa lawmaker dies after payment of 50 million naira ransom to kidnappers. This is so sad. Oh my. May his soul rest in peace. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of this lawmaker. AFCC tenders newspaper publications against Emefiele on Naira design charges. Whatever, Emefiele will be like, I don't enter one chance. And one chance you have entered, because there's speculation that he was ordered to print this naira, but the person who can sort of save him has passed on. So what are you going to do, sir? If you recall, during the 2023 election, before the 2020 election, I think 2022 into 2023 for the election was really, really tough for Nigerians, because that was when there was no cash anywhere. There was no cash, number one. The naira was redesigned, number two. We don't even really use the new naira notes like that. So a witness came out to say, look, to bring out these newspaper publications to say, you're the one who did this, you're the one who did this, you're the one who did this at these dates. My oh my. Moving on to the Tribune newspaper, drama as Fubara appears before APC screening panel. See, anything because I River States, I know put hand join because I know put hand join. Poor diagnostic practices threaten healthcare system, says MLSCN. That is obvious. I mean, that's as explicit as it can be. Finally, in the dailies this morning, we have from the pen pushing newspaper, police restrict tricycle movement over one chance syndicates in River State. Applaud this. If you're the type to go on a bus, keke, bike, make sure that you know the vehicle you are going on, because people are being taken, either one chance, kidnapping, whatever. People are being taken. So please, 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 and please make sure, please, please, and please, you are keeping safe. Please. Lastly, we have Governor Adeleke deposes Ogun State's traditional ruler jailed for fraud in America. Those are the headlines this morning. You want to do well to get you a